The journey to Alcatraz begins on a ferry, a vessel that has carried countless visitors and, long ago, prisoners and guards across the choppy waters of San Francisco Bay. As the engines rumble to life and the boat pulls away from the dock, you can feel a sense of anticipation ripple through the crowd. Leaving behind the busy San Francisco piers, the city's energy slowly fades into the distance. The skyline, once towering and vibrant, becomes a backdrop to your adventure, a reminder of the world you're temporarily leaving behind. The salty breeze and the sight of Alcatraz rising from the mist set the stage for what's to come. The island appears almost ghostly, shrouded in fog, its silhouette both inviting and forbidding. Even from afar, the rock commands attention, a legend looming over the bay. Its reputation precedes it, and you can't help but wonder about the stories that echo within its walls. The ferry ride is a transition, a brief voyage from the familiar to the unknown. The water between the city and the island feels like a boundary between two worlds, one of freedom and one of confinement. As you approach, the prison's silhouette sharpens, the lighthouse stands watch, and gulls cry overhead. The island's rocky cliffs and weathered buildings come into focus, hinting at the harsh realities faced by those who once called this place home. The city fades behind you, anticipation grows. There's a hush among the passengers, as if everyone senses the weight of history drawing nearer with every wave. Passengers fall silent, cameras click, everyone drawn by the island's magnetic pull. Each photo attempts to capture the mystery and allure of Alcatraz, but the real story lies ahead, waiting to be discovered. What secrets does it hold? The fog seems to guard the island's mysteries, as if daring you to uncover the truth behind its infamous reputation. What was it like to be so close to freedom, yet utterly cut off? The city's lights were visible from the cells, a constant reminder of a world just out of reach. The short ride feels like a journey through time. Each minute brings you closer to a place where history, myth, and reality blur together. The ferry docks, engines quiet, and the gangplank thuds down. There's a moment of stillness, as if the island itself is taking a breath before welcoming new visitors. Stepping onto the island, the air feels heavier, thick with history. Every footstep echoes with the memories of those who arrived here under very different circumstances. The city's sounds vanish, replaced by waves and seabirds. The isolation is immediate, and you begin to sense the true remoteness of Alcatraz. You've arrived at one of the world's most infamous prisons. The cell house looms ahead, its walls holding stories of escape attempts, notorious inmates, and daily life behind bars. Walking up the ramp, you sense this is more than a tour. It's an immersion into a dark, fascinating chapter of American history. The path ahead leads not just to a building, but into the heart of a legend. The atmosphere shifts. You're ready to explore every corner. Each hallway and cell tells a story, waiting for you to listen. Alcatraz isn't just a destination, it's an experience. It's a place where the past lingers and every visitor becomes part of its ongoing story. The legend begins the moment you step ashore, and with each step you walk deeper into the mysteries of the rock. Stepping onto Alcatraz is like entering another world. The salty air carries echoes of the past, and the first thing you notice is the sense of isolation. Surrounded by the cold waters of San Francisco Bay, the island feels both close to the city and impossibly far away. Stark prison buildings stand beside blooming gardens, a striking contrast of harshness and beauty. The weathered concrete and rusted bars seem almost softened by the vibrant colors of the flowers, as if nature is quietly reclaiming what was once lost to time and confinement. Nature persists here. Flowers and hardy plants thrive where families of guards once lived. These gardens, lovingly tended by residents and now volunteers, are a testament to resilience and hope, even in the most unlikely places. A park ranger's orientation reminds you, Alcatraz was a community, not just a prison. The stories of daily life, of laughter and routine, echo through the ruins, painting a picture of a place that was once alive with more than just the footsteps of guards and inmates. Children played, families built lives, all in the shadow of the cell house. Imagine growing up here, with the city lights twinkling across the water, yet living within the boundaries of a fortress. The climb up the hill is both physical and emotional, each step revealing new perspectives. As you ascend, you can almost feel the weight of history pressing in, the stories of escape attempts and daily routines lingering in the air. The San Francisco skyline glitters in the distance, a symbol of freedom just out of reach. For those who lived and worked here, that view was a constant reminder of the world beyond the walls. For inmates, that view was hope and despair combined. The city was so close, yet separated by icy currents and high walls, a daily reminder of what was lost. At the cell house entrance, the building's imposing presence is undeniable. The heavy doors and thick walls seem to swallow sound, making you acutely aware of your own footsteps. Designed to contain and crush, its walls radiate history. Every crack and stain tells a story of endurance, of lives shaped by confinement and the relentless passage of time. You pause, take a breath, and step inside, leaving sunlight and sea air behind. The temperature drops and the atmosphere shifts. Suddenly, you're enveloped by the weight of the past. Now, you enter the world of the inmates. A world of rules, routines, and relentless time. The echo of footsteps in the corridors is a haunting reminder of the lives once lived here, and the contradictions that still linger on this remarkable island. Inside the cell house, the air chills and the scale overwhelms. The echo of your footsteps bounces off the cold, unforgiving walls, and you can almost sense the weight of history pressing in from every direction. The silence here is not just an absence of sound, it's a presence, thick and heavy, as if the building itself remembers every story, every secret, every moment of despair and hope. Broadway, the main corridor, stretches before you. Tiers of identical, bare cells. Each one is a tiny world, stacked upon the next, forming a labyrinth of confinement. The corridor's length seems endless, a stark reminder of the relentless routine that defined life here. The harsh fluorescent lights cast long shadows, making the space feel even more imposing. The audio tour, voiced by former guards and inmates, brings the silent prison to life. Their voices echo through the halls, sharing memories of daily rituals, tense moments, and fleeting joys. Through their words, the cell house transforms from a relic of the past into a living, breathing story. You hear the clanging doors, the head counts, the monotony of daily life. The metallic slam of a cell door closing is jarring, a sound that once marked the beginning and end of every day. The routine was strict, almost mechanical, yet beneath it all, human lives unfolded, each with its own struggles and small victories. Each cell is a stark reminder: a cot, a sink, a toilet, no comfort, no privacy. The walls are close, the air stale, and the sense of isolation is palpable. Imagine spending years in such a confined space with only the bare essentials and your thoughts for company. Running your hand along the bars, you imagine years spent locked inside. The cold metal is unforgiving, a physical barrier that separated men from freedom, from family, from the world outside. It's a sobering experience, one that invites reflection on the meaning of punishment and redemption. The tour highlights stories of men who lived here, the strict rules and rare moments of humanity. You learn about the daily routines, the codes of conduct, and the small acts of kindness that broke through the monotony. These stories reveal the complexity of life inside, where discipline was absolute, but hope and resilience still found a way. The cell house is more than concrete and steel. It's a monument to justice and suffering. Its walls have witnessed countless struggles, both physical and emotional. The architecture itself seems to embody the tension between order and chaos, between punishment and the enduring human spirit. You pass the dining hall, the visitation area, each space echoing with stories. In the dining hall, the clatter of trays once mixed with nervous conversation. The visitation room, though a place of hope, was also a reminder of separation, of lives paused and relationships strained by distance and time. Every corner has a tale, every echo a memory. The shadows seem to move with you, as if the past is never far behind. Even in the emptiest spaces, you feel the presence of those who once called this place home. As you listen and look, empathy grows for both prisoners and guards. Their lives were intertwined by circumstance, each facing their own challenges within these walls. The stories you hear foster a deeper understanding of the complexities of justice, punishment, and forgiveness. The cell house leaves a lasting impression, one of hardship, resilience, and humanity. As you exit, the memories linger, reminding you that behind every wall and every bar, there are stories worth remembering, stories that continue to echo long after you leave. Alcatraz is legendary for its notorious inmates. The audio tour introduces you to Al Capone, once powerful, now broken, playing banjo in the prison band. On the Rock, everyone was reduced to a number. Robert Stroud, the Birdman, spent years in isolation. No birds, just myth and reality intertwined. George Machine Gun Kelly, once a feared gangster, became a model prisoner nicknamed Pop Gun by guards. These stories reveal how Alcatraz stripped away status and identity. The tour doesn't glorify, It humanizes, showing the cost of crime and the reality of punishment. Standing in their cells, you feel the weight of their stories. It's a powerful, emotional connection to history. You leave with a new understanding. These were complex people, not just criminals. The solitary cells, the hole, are the most haunting part of Alcatraz. You step inside, the door closes and darkness engulfs you. Silence is absolute. The space feels impossibly small. For inmates, this was psychological warfare, sensory deprivation meant to break the spirit. The audio tour explains restricted diet, no contact, a mattress removed by day. Standing there, you grasp the desperation and isolation prisoners endured. Freedom becomes tangible, a necessity, not an abstract idea. The experience lingers, a stark reminder of the cruelty possible within these walls. Alcatraz was more than confinement, it was a test of the human will. No Alcatraz story is complete without the legendary 1962 escape. The audio tour leads you to the cells of Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers. With stolen spoons, they chipped away at concrete for months, crafting a daring plan. Their lifelike dummy heads fooled guards, buying precious time. They squeezed through a utility corridor, built a raft from raincoats, and vanished into the bay. Did they survive? The mystery endures. No bodies were ever found. The escape is a symbol of defiance and the unbreakable human spirit. Standing at the shoreline, you wonder about their fate, the city lights just out of reach. The legend of the Great Escape keeps Alcatraz's story alive for generations. Beyond the prison walls, Alcatraz's gardens surprise and soothe. Planted by staff families, these historic gardens are a living link to the island's softer side. Hardy flowers and succulents bloom against the odds, restored by volunteers. The gardens offer a poignant contrast to the prison's harshness, a reminder of life and resilience. Here, families tried to create beauty and normalcy amid isolation. Walking these paths, you feel the humanity that once thrived alongside the prison. Even on the rock, life finds a way to endure. The view from Alcatraz is unforgettable, a sweeping panorama of San Francisco and the Bay. The city's skyline, Golden Gate Bridge, and sailboats are all visible, tantalizingly close. For inmates, this view was both beautiful and cruel, a daily reminder of lost freedom. The proximity to the city intensified their punishment. Standing here, you sense the longing and isolation that defined life on the island. The view changes with the weather, each mood shaping your experience. It's more than scenery, it's a powerful symbol of hope and despair. This view is etched in memory, a reason Alcatraz leaves such a lasting impact. The ferry ride back feels different. Alcatraz lingers in your mind. You're no longer just a tourist, you've walked through history and felt its weight. Alcatraz is more than a prison, it's a lesson in humanity, justice, and resilience. The stories, the sounds, the views, they stay with you. You reflect on freedom, punishment, and redemption. Visiting Alcatraz is an emotional journey, not just sightseeing. It challenges and changes you, offering a deeper perspective on the world. Everyone should experience it firsthand. The rock stories are unforgettable. Reminders of darkness, but also of hope. Thanks for joining this journey. Keep exploring, and let history move you.